Now when we have different alternatives, we can either choose between EBIT EPS analysis and EBIT MPS analysis. Okay. If the PE ratio is same for whichever alternative you are going, then we will be selecting EBIT EPS analysis. If the PE ratio changes with respect to different alternatives, then we will be selecting on the basis of EBIT MPS analysis. So see here. In case of number 1, in case of different financing alternatives, in case of different financing alternatives, if PE ratio remains same between all the financing alternatives, if PE ratio remains same between all the financing alternatives, we will be selecting that alternative where EPS is maximum. So EBIT EPS analysis will be adopted. What is that EBIT EPS analysis? That is, select that alternative having maximum EPS. Whether we did this problem? Yes, we did one problem where we took different alternatives, EBIT, we have calculated EPS, and we selected one alternative where EPS is maximum. That is one. Whereas if PE ratio changes between various alternatives, then what we need to do? We need to take EBIT MPS analysis. Why EBIT MPS analysis? Because how market price will be determined? EPS into PE ratio. So we need to get EBIT MPS analysis. EBIT MPS analysis will be adopted. That is, select that alternative having maximum MPS. Select that alternative having maximum MPS. Understood? So this is how we will do the selection. But in case where there is only single alternative, there is only one financing alternative. If there is only one financing alternative, what we need to do? And there is only one financing alternative, what we need to do? Whether to accept it or reject it, we need to decide. How will we decide? Any idea? We have only one alternative. Okay. That alternative is, say, 50% from equity, 25% from debt, 25% from preference. Now we need to choose whether this alternative should be accepted or rejected. You have EBIT information. Now how will you see? When you start a business, what is the first factor that you consider? That is, whether to start a business or not. Profit. Okay. What is profit? The sales which is recovering your cost, and beyond that you should get something. Okay. So instead of profit, people will always consider break even. Okay. First we will look break even. To start a business, will it break even? What is this break even? My sales should recover my fixed cost. That is break even. Correct? Now, when you take a financing alternative, you need to check the same. Whether with my profit, I can meet my expenses. Example, a person is badly in need of money. If he is borrowing from bank left and right, his monthly commitments will be there. And his salary is 20,000 rupees. But his monthly commitment is 25,000 rupees. Can he meet his monthly commitments with his salary of 20,000 rupees? No, he cannot meet. Correct? So that is the case I am talking to. When you are going for a loan, compare your income and your repayment obligation. Okay. So what is your repayment obligation? Whether you get profit or not, you are required to pay some amount. What is that? Interest and preference dividend. Correct? That is your obligation. But equity dividend, when you have profits, you will pay equity dividend. If you don't have profits, you will not pay equity dividend. Understood? So at least our profit should meet the fixed financial obligations, and that we need to check. And that is known as financial break-even point. Okay, that is known as financial break-even point. See here, financial break-even point. Financial break-even point, we need to calculate. What is the financial break-even point? The level of EBIT at which EPS is equals to 0. When EPS will be equals to 0? If your profit is just sufficient to recover the interest and preference dividend. Correct? Your profit is just sufficient to recover the interest and preference dividend. So, let me show you in this calculation. Take alternative A. Take alternative A. So, I am talking about this. Take alternative A. In alternative A, EBIT is 80 and interest 0. Okay, then I will take this alternative where we have, okay, this itself we will take, but I am just adding the numbers. We have interest of some 5. Okay, then EBT will be 75. So tax, EAT, preference dividend, say some 2.5. Okay, this is how you have. Now, EBIT less interest, EBT less tax, EAT less preference dividend, earnings to equity shareholders. What is financial break-even point? That level of EBIT where EPS is 0. Means your EBIT just sufficient to recover the interest and preference dividend. Now, see carefully. EPS will be equals to 0. EPS will be equals to 0. Which means that earnings to equity shareholders will be equals to 0. Will you agree? When earnings to equity shareholders is 0, EPS will be equals to 0. If earnings to equity shareholders is 0, what should be earnings after tax? Preference dividend will not change. That will be there. So what should be your earnings after tax? 2.5. Correct? 2.5 minus 2.5 will be 0. If your earnings after tax needs to be 2.5, what should be your earnings before tax? What is the tax rate? 35% is your tax rate. So what should be your tax? Sorry, earnings after tax 2.5. What should be earnings before tax? What is this earnings after tax? 75%. So not 75%, 65%. This is 65%. And this is 100%. Okay. Now, if 65% is 2.5, what should be 35%? 35 into 2.5 divided by 65. 35 into 2.5 by 65. 1.34. So tax should be 1.34 and then only earnings after tax is 2.5. And what should be earnings before tax? 3.84. Correct? So we are doing reverse calculation and then interest will not change. So if EBT is 3.84, what should be EBIT? So 8.84. 8.84 minus 5 is 3.84. Understood? So what we are doing? We are going in a reverse working. So this is how we are proceeding and we are arriving at the EBT. Now this EBT is there, right? 8.84. That EBT is the EBIT. That EBIT is the EBIT at which EPS is 0, or in other words recovers the interest on preference dividend. So this EBIT is known as financial break-even point or financial break-even point EBIT. Break-even EBIT or financial break-even point, anyway we can call. Okay, but this is the logic. But sir, every time we cannot do the reverse calculation in exam. Is there a simple formula? Yes, there is a simple formula. Please see here. What is that you need to earn? First, to recover interest. First, to recover interest. And then interest plus preference dividend. But in the middle you need to pay some taxes. So that's why preference dividend divided by 1 minus tax rate. Okay. See interest. How much interest? 5 plus how much preference dividend? 2.5 divided by 1 minus 0.35 is equals to. Whether it is same? Whether it is same? Yes. So what does it mean? Financial break-even point is equals to nothing but you are recovering your obligation. So how much? Interest plus preference dividend divided by 1 minus tax rate. Okay. So this is how the financial BEP will be calculated. So financial break-even point or break-even EBIT is equals to interest plus preference dividend divided by 1 minus tax rate. Okay. Now listen carefully. Your actual EBIT is 9. Actual EBIT is 9.5. Will you accept this? Is 9.5 crores. But what is the financial break-even point? 8.84. Will you accept this alternative? Yes. If you get 8.84, you can recover the interest and preference dividend. But you are getting more than 8.84. So it is worthwhile to accept. Suppose if it is less than actual EBIT, it is not advisable to accept. Understood? So financial break-even point or break-even EBIT is equals to interest plus preference dividend divided by 1 minus tax rate. Okay. So then what we need to do? If financial BEP is greater than actual EBIT, or in other words, actual EBIT is greater than financial break-even point. Financial BEP means this is minimum what you need to recover. But you are getting more. So will you accept the alternative? Yes. Accept the financing alternative. Accept the financing alternative. Next, if actual EBIT is less than financial BEP. Now, this is what minimum we should get, EBIT, but you are getting actual EBIT less than this. So reject the financing alternative. Understood? Okay.